Hey guys, GameBowser6 here, and back with another video. In this one, I'll be showcasing what will likely be my last Luffy artwork 2023. This is another fight scene, except this time I'm drawing the impact from the fight itself. After gathering the reference I needed and doing some general practice drawing fight scenes, I decided to use these references to come up with some kind of impact involving Luffy, or in other words, Luffy hitting somebody. Using these references allowed me to further understand Luffy's action and how he likes to move his body around. With that in mind, I attempted to come up with some poses, and eventually I landed with one that I liked. I then continued onto another canvas to finish this drawing. I was struggling with who I wanted to draw getting hit by Luffy, and I almost decided to go with the useless from Naruto Shippuden specifically because she's absolutely appalling, deserves nothing less than dying, so that her daughter, who's an Uchiha, who needs glasses by the way, can unlock her Mangekyo Sharingan, and she can actually be useful. But I promised myself I wouldn't never seriously draw her, so I went with a different option. Mizuki, the one who manipulated Naruto in the first episode and got him to steal the Scroll of Sealing, which it's surprising how Naruto was able to do that by himself, until Obruka stood up for him. After that, I also struggled with what version of Luffy I wanted to draw. I was mainly thinking of a second year Luffy, but to be honest, that didn't fit this pose in my opinion, so I opted out of that. I didn't want to do any one version of Luffy as my birthday drawing for Luffy for both this year and last year. I did 3 different versions of one Luffy. Luffy with the samurai armor, Luffy with the disguise that Hitetsu gave him, and then I also did the most recent, not the most recent version, but the version when Luffy comes up on top of the Skull Dome to kick Kaido and Big Mom's asses. However, this doesn't mean that I don't plan on drawing Gear 5 of Luffy. I ended up with the whole Cake Island version, but more specifically during Luffy's meeting with Gang Beji. I think that this suit looks so dapper on Luffy, and it gives it an official type of badassery. The 5th Emperor of the Sea. What a nice ring to it. When I do One Piece drawings, I tend to go toward the One Piece art style, as that's the only way to give One Piece the respect it deserves. I've drawn in this style plenty of times because I've done Luffy drawings plenty of times, and I have reference on the canvas to use. For the liner, I use a pen with a 1.0 thickness, and then I use the liner brush that I showcase in the Naruto Speedpaint to add varying thickness. I've seen people use After Effects to pull off something similar without having to do any advanced liner like I do. I've tried using filters on Ibis Paint, but it hasn't worked out, so I just simply do it by hand. to color, and I come up with a method that I think works. I would use an airbrush to add red and blue to the shading so that I can vary the color of the shadows. I also do a similar thing across the characters as a whole to vary the colors. I didn't use an overlay layer for this drawing, but I did experiment with chromatic aberration. I wanted to emphasize the action, so I also slightly blurred the background. I erased parts of the aberration to vary the art even more, and now we got this finished work that I'm calling Monkey D. Luffy Reckoning Part 1. I labeled it Part 1 to leave the table open for Luffy to kick the asses of other characters. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video or enjoy my overall content, please hit the like button and subscribe. Also, if you want to keep up with what I'm doing off camera, check out my Discord, Newgrounds, Twitter or X, DeviantArt, and anywhere I am on the internet. All of the links should be in the description. Deuces.